Welcome to this edition of Inside SAU Athletics. I'm Cooper Alt.
And I'm Mikey Elizondo. On this week's episode, we're featuring our men's and women's track and field teams.
Coming off of multiple record-breaking performances and a strong showing at nationals during the indoor season, our track and field teams look to continue that success just a few meets into the outdoor season. The men's track and field team have been working hard, breaking many school records in the process. These include the men's 4x800 meter relay, the 600 meter by senior Will Reemsma, and sophomore Nick Norton, who is the current school record holder of the 60 meter and 200 meter races. Nick is also a two-time national qualifier in the 4x400 meter and 200 meter and has earned multiple all-CCAC honors. We'll hear more from him later in the show.
Our women's track and field team is also shattering records. Senior Anna Miller broke the school record for discus in her season debut and qualified for nationals, then proceeded to break the record for shot put, ranking her 5th overall in the NAIA. Senior Gabby Butler has also been putting in the work this season as the school record holder in the indoor and outdoor 200 meter, 400 meter, and 4x400 meter relay. She currently sits second in the nation in the 400 meter and 9th in the 200 meter.
Joining us now is senior Gabby Butler. Thanks for being here, Gabby.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. So you hold multiple records here at SAU. Was breaking records a goal when you got here?
Not necessarily. I just wanted to try to be the best that I could be, and at the time when I first came here, it wasn't about breaking records. I had goals, and I really wasn't worried about the records, but then as soon as I started breaking them, it just then that became my goal. Sometimes, not always.
Not always a bad thing to focus on, especially when you're able to easily break them, as you have been. So, as a senior, I'm sure many of your fellow athletes look to you as a leader among them. How do you take on that leadership role?
I just want everyone to feel valued on the team and just feel welcomed. I always try to have conversation with everyone and let them know that I'm there for them, I'm a friend, and just because I'm a senior or I'm breaking records or anything like that doesn't mean that they can't treat me like a friend, and we can all just be one big happy family.
So what are you doing to continue to improve as we head towards the most important meets of the season?
I'm always pushing myself. Just because I have broken records or have had outstanding performances, that doesn't mean that I'm kind of relaxing or thinking that I don't need to keep working hard. Every day I'm just actively trying to get better, improve my times, but also improve my mindset. And that's one of the biggest things that I've been focusing on this season, is that I just need to run my race and be happy with the outcome no matter what. And that's been a struggle, but I'm actively working on that.
Mindset's always an important thing to keep in check. So finally, the outdoor season is just getting started, but how do you feel when you look back at your time here as a Fighting Bee?
I couldn't be more happy. When I came to Ambrose, I didn't know what to expect. It was more just a hobby, I guess. I've always loved track, but when I came here, it was just something to do in my free time, and then I loved everyone on the team. I started making a lot of progress, and I have so many memories here. It's going to be a really hard goodbye, and I'm not ready for that yet, but I'm so grateful for the team. I'm grateful for my coaches, my family, everyone who has been there to support me, and I hope that I leave kind of a legacy behind, not just my accomplishments, but a morale on the team. I want everyone to keep really supporting each other and keep that family kind of vibe going.
All right. Thanks again for being here, Gabby, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, and coming up next on Inside SAU Athletics, we'll talk to sophomore Nick Norton from the men's track team. We'll be right back.
Tune in to KALA and hear something different. Programming that celebrates the diversity of our listeners. We're advocates for the arts, showcasing your favorite music from around the world. We're storytellers, producing award-winning news and educational podcasts. We're dedicated sports fans, bringing you the latest Fighting Bee action from St. Ambrose University. We're a learning lab, mentoring the next generation of broadcasters and content creators. A part of your community for 5 decades. We're KALA Radio, 88.5 FM and 106.1 FM. Turn it on and turn it up.
Welcome back. Joining us now is sophomore Nick Norton. Thanks for being here, Nick.
Thank you for having me.
So at this point, a few meets into the outdoor season, what are some current goals you are working towards?
Looking into the season, current goals that we have, trying to win the conference for the men's and the women's side, trying to get as many people to nationals as we can, and yeah, just trying to be great and all.
Okay, it's good to hear. So you hold the school records in both the indoor 60s and 200 meters. What are some factors that led you to this success?
I would say working hard, just coming in and day out, just putting everything on the line, just working hard, getting everything that I got.
Okay. You've seen all this early success as a sophomore. Do you feel that the best is yet to come?
I feel like definitely there's a lot more going on behind the scenes, a lot more that can happen for me. I definitely want to become a national champion, win a lot more records and a lot more all conferences.
Okay, it's good to hear. So as you push towards conference and nationals, what have you and the team been doing to prepare?
As a team, we're just trying to better each other, hold each other accountable, warming up harder, putting a lot more emphasis on the intensity and the work ethic and the workouts that we got.
Okay, that's awesome. Nick, thanks again for being here, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Coming up after break, we'll sit down with head coach Tyler Mulder. We'll be right back.
The first annual St. Ambrose Golf Invitational was held on Friday, April 22nd. Jeff Griebel, St. Ambrose golf coach, organized the event, the first ever in the college's history.
Well, it's our first annual, hopefully, invitational golf tournament. We have 12 teams competing in the tournament today from the two-state area. Our perennial rivals, Loris, will be here. We'll hopefully beat them.
St. Ambrose Bees were the victors, edging out Illinois Central by 3 strokes. Mike Sisler, a junior from Green Bay, Wisconsin, was an individual medalist for the Bees.
Welcome back. Joining us now is track and field head coach Tyler Mulder. Thanks for being here, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
So walk us through a typical practice or even a meet. How are you inspiring your athletes to leave it all on the track?
Practices, we practice Monday through Friday, with the meets being on Saturdays. Overall, we start pretty early in the year, so the athletes are really well prepared. And then by now, at this point in the season, we're just kind of sharpening and maintaining things, increasing our percentages in the weight room and also on the track. Just trying to do a nice balance of everything for training while everyone is focused on their specific events, because we have a wide variety of group of people with vaulters and jumpers and throwers and distance kids and sprinters. So just kind of make sure everyone's perfecting their craft and getting ready for the weekends and kind of give everything they get on the track. We got a highly competitive group of athletes, so usually it's just kind of managing their emotions, because I feel like all of our kids are hard workers and they're eager to see what they can do on the track, where usually you're just trying to help them manage those race day emotions and feel so they're not too high on nervous or anxiety. But yeah, usually they're pretty ready and they're ready to kind of debut what they worked on all year long.
As a longtime athlete yourself, what were some coaching methods or even words of wisdom you picked up over the years?
Man, I feel like I've learned a lot over the years. I think the biggest thing I want any athlete to know is they're not defined by just a time or a number or a mark, that they're more than all that they're more than just an athlete. We want them to enjoy what they're doing. This is a small part of their life, so we want them to learn life skills and just have fun overall, because the college is going to fly by. A single season will fly by, so we want to make sure that they're living in the moment where their feet are and just enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. What are the biggest strengths of your teams this season?
We're pretty well rounded. So today actually just got announced with the women's rankings where they're ranked number 23 we're doing that with some of our top-notch athletes, which we'll talk to Gabby later. She's number 2 in the NAI in the 400, and then breaking school records in everything she does. And that's just a testament of her hard work and determination, and she's really built up her confidence over the past 2 years. So it's just fun and exciting to see what that ceiling is, because we're still trying to find out what that is. And then we got Anna Miller, who's a senior as well, and she's also a big part of that ranking as well with all of her throws. Being an All-American herself, she knows what it takes to get there and perform well. And then we have our younger kids in the vaults, and we have a great freshman class for the women's side to help us out with sprints, and then just hoping to kind of keep building from there. And then the men's team, we got a little more depth. We're very well rounded between sprints, jumps, throws, vaults, middle distance. We really don't have much of a weak spot, so it'll be kind of fun to see how conference pans out, and waiting for a couple kids to make their debuts on the year yet, just battling injuries off of indoors that we were pretty much excited to get them healthy to get them ready so they can have a postseason run, and we should see them cracking the top 25 by the next week's rankings.
All right, so lastly, what excites you most about these teams as you head into the second half of the season?
What excites us the most? Man, I just like seeing how each individual group can perfect their craft. So if a sprinter's working on their blocks and they're working on their drive phase, seeing them execute that in a race and then be able to pull off one little nugget of what we can learn from each race and each practice, and then watching them kind of execute and grow each race. Because you see a lot of improvement in track and field, and you truly get what you put in. That these kids are tremendous at growing each race, and if you follow each individual's times, you're going to see that everyone's improving. So it's a lot of fun. I think if people just tune in more, and they're going to find a lot of success stories on this team. So that'd be the overall encompassing umbrella of what excites me, is just watching the growth of each athlete.
Must be a very fun time.
Yeah, it's pretty thrilling, fulfilling to see these kids do well. So yeah, we compete this weekend. It'll be a little chillier, but that's part of the elements, and the kids are excited for the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being here, Coach, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Next up for our Fighting Bees, they'll be venturing just across the river for Augustana's Meet of Champions this Friday and Saturday. Be sure to head over and cheer them on.
That's all we have for you on this edition of Inside SAU Athletics.
Remember to check out the SAU TV Facebook and Instagram pages for our latest episodes, game highlights, interviews, and more. You can also find them on The Hive at sauthebuzz.com. Thanks for watching.